Welcome back to the Sanctuary, Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, and the newest patch 7.4, Into the Mist. Chris Valentine here with Lord Fyrax, Porlash, and Arya Stormborn. The story so far, we just saw off Erenville, Alphino, and Alizé as they depart back across the sea. And in the meantime, it's back to work for us, but in what direction? No one knows yet. Let's get right down to it with the next quest in our journey, the level 100 quest, Through the Thunder. If I may, I think it prudent to discuss our future plans elsewhere. We are liable to hinder the dock workers here if we linger. Perhaps the beach would be a more appropriate venue.
Tis truly a beautiful place to roam.
Yep.
An endless ocean and ever-changing sky. First time I saw them, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like I was walking among images from our oldest records. And beyond that horizon are more lands and more people. That one I still struggle to imagine.
We ourselves hail from beyond that horizon, in fact. Rather, most of us do. I merely thought I did. Oh, that's right. I can only imagine how it must have felt to learn you're a native of our world. The fact that I wasn't born in the land where I've spent most of my life has taken time to sink in. 'Twas not until I met my parents in living memory that the truth of my origin began to feel real. Your experience is not unlike mine. When first I awoke, the realm everyone spoke of sounded nothing like my own. I had to walk its streets, live and breathe it, before I could accept and embrace my new reality. And for me to embrace mine, I need to learn more about my people, the Milala. We should come upon more information in the course of studying the key, but as Shale's investigation of the containment complex is still ongoing, would you mind if we sought a different avenue of inquiry into the history of the Ninth?
I have no objection. What we learn will deepen our understanding of the broader picture.
Agreed. My curiosity extends well beyond our duty to assess Ascian influence.
If it is knowledge of the Ninth's past you seek, I have an idea where to begin. Alexandria was originally part of a landmass known as the Mist Continent. This continent had been left in ruins in the wake of the storm surge, with Alexandria the sole nation to survive the devastation. The calamity of lightning that ravaged the world.
Aye. Per the sources we recovered from the Underkeep, though the conflict between nations was destructive in its own right, it was Levin that dealt the final blow.
No place was spared its fury, and all was chaos in the castle town. We tried to evacuate the people in airships.
What was that, Arya?
Otis, the knights, and I. But We couldn't
Is it just
save
me, or does
everyone.
Graha not sound like Jonathan Bailey?
I don't know.
Those who survived gathered within the barrier, and we took in as many foreign refugees as we could.
Gathered within the barrier, and we took in as
Yet, despite the dangerous environment, our system showed that there were some few souls who ventured outside the barrier, into the lands beyond.
Beyond? But we thought that was impossible. I was under the impression the star was scoured of life, that man could not survive outside the barrier.
Going by the records, the storm surge extended to every corner of the world. Nothing and nowhere was spared. If anyone did survive out there, it would have been an unimaginable trial.
Oh, are we going
And
to
yet,
another
those
reflection
people
to
must have
take
been
care
going
of
somewhere.
something else?
What if there was a refuge? A place that weathered the storm surge and rebuilt over the intervening 4 centuries?
Given Alexandria's displacement to the source, we had neither cause nor opportunity to survey the remainder of the continent.
Living memory remains physically in the 9th. If we seek a means of egress other than the portal connecting it to Alexandria, perhaps it might lead us to the Mist Continent.
Living memory was not transported here despite being a top Everkeep. In which case, it may have been a physically independent space all along.
Meaning, another point of egress could well exist.
And if it does, someone has to be maintaining it. The mechanical soldiers, for instance.
Shall we have a chat with them and see what they know?
If it please your majesty. Will you accompany us? If we do land upon the Mist Continent, I would feel much more assured with you at our side.
I would hate to see you obliterated by some lightning beast.
As would I. Let us make every effort to ensure none of us suffer such a dreadful fate.
All right,
Yeah.
more fun and solution in
Aria.
Oh, we got
What did I do?
Nothing yet. I can still hear your voice chat, your cutscene things over the what's it?
Huh. Even with my AirPods in, huh?
Mm-hmm. I mute it so it drowns out to kind of a background noise, but yeah.
yeah. All right, let's talk to Shale. Now that's settled, I'd best be off. I still need to check for decryption errors periodically, so I can only step away for so long. With luck, I'll have plenty to share the next time we meet. Until then. Let the rest of us make ready for a potential foray and meet at Leno Nemo.
What you said?
What?
Let's make a foray and Meno.
Yep.
Meno.
Meno. Meno.
Mino.
Nano. Me? No.
Nemo.
Or Nemo. Nemo.
Nemo.
Nanu Nanu?
Probably
Nano?
Nemo.
I thought we found him.
We lost him again.
All right, let's talk to Sveen, I guess. This clerk has made itself available to answer our question. Clerk PX0093. If one wished to descend to the surface from here, how would they typically do so? Living Memory is currently detached from Everkeep and is operating independently while supported by its aerial suspension systems. Thus, both lift and lay node-based transit is currently unavailable. I apologize for the inconvenience. Despite its ability to remain aloft, perhaps Living Memory was never intended to function in this state indefinitely. If so, we're out of luck. Not necessarily. Lifts and lay nodes were likely the preferred modes of transportation, but that does not preclude the existence of others. In the event of an emergency, how would we evacuate this facility? Consulting emergency systems. Living Memory's airship remains prepared to deploy should evacuation be necessary. Would Your Majesty like to appropriate it? An airship? Yes, please. As soon as is possible. With Your Majesty's authorization, the vessel can be readied for launch without delay. Allow me a moment to execute the bypass protocols. Clerk PX0093. Safety tests have been successfully completed, setting the Gate of Remembrance as initial destination. Vessel is en route.
Ooh.
Nice. Is that my ship? It was purpose-built for Living Memory. However, it was modeled after the vessel Your Majesty used during the Storm Surge era. A replica? Still, it does me good to see it. I will deploy the gangway for boarding. This way, please. In order to reach the surface, we must pass through the storm clouds. I advise you to brace for turbulence.
Yep.
We're going lower and lower and lower.
Oh.
Hey, it's the Thunder Plains.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that thing.
Huh? Oh shit! Primal influence. The ward Alice gave me is reacting.
Well, not really primal influence as such, but close enough.
Though not to the extent of the 13th. The etheric imbalance here is severe indeed. It does serve to impress upon one the marvel of the barrier. The lightning and heritage found is tame by comparison. A land where Levin reigns. Trial? A sobering sight, to say the least. But I shan't turn back now that we've come this far. Shall we continue?
I'm good to continue.
All right.
Or we can twiddle our thumbs.
Well, let's continue then.
And watch the lightning.
Let's go.
Pretty.
There are no structures, nor any other sign of survivors that I can see. I suspect the crater made this area unsuitable for habitation due to the increased risks of flooding. Then we should look further afield. In which direction do you think we might find a settlement? If we're at the edge of Alexandrian territory now, the closest city would be Trano, should it survive. As a city-state built on a harbor, it was a nexus of trade, and it remained neutral throughout the war. We Alexandrians always felt fortunate to have it in our neighborhood, so to speak. Not unlike our Radzatan. Ah, yes! Alvino has spoken of Radzatan before. It's near the South Sea Isle. It's near the South Sea Isles. The Milala homeland, correct? Funnily enough, it was also Trano where the Milala first found a home in our world. Really? Yes. And though the Milala population elsewhere grew, most continued to feel a strong connection to the city. I'd like to think that some remain there to this day. Clerk PX0093, is this ship capable of taking us to Trano? I shall run a flight simulation for the route to Trano. One moment. Simulation complete. There is a near 100% probability that the ship would suffer catastrophic mechanical failure prior to arrival due to ambient lightning. My apologies. Oh. Well, thank you for checking. We cannot fly, then we shall have to walk. Trano lies beyond the mountains, but there should be routes that spare us having to climb. That cave system, for instance. Assuming it hasn't collapsed, let's try there first. Oh, we can't use our mounts, frick. All right, let's talk to Scene. This tunnel appears... It
doesn't matter.
Yeah. This tunnel appears intact. Though we have no way of knowing what it's like further in. Mind you, stay alert for beasts as well. Given the barren surrounds, they're surely ravenous. go. We get the new dungeon right off the bat. All right. We will be doing this in just a moment. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're watching on YouTube, here are the links. See you in a bit.